Hey everyone, Liz Campbell here from Dynamic Intention, coming to you from the bright, sunny, glorious beach of Hove, where I live. Look at that, gorgeous, kind of half cloudy, half sunny sky with the sun trying to break through. I wanted to make this video focusing on the sea because you know what, the sea is just as good a thing to look at as my face, and the sea is one of the reasons why I moved here from Bristol. I wanted the sea on my doorstep, so I'm going to share it with you all. I wanted to talk to you today about the fact that essentially you can have BD, etc. Literally anything you want, anything you could think of, anything that you could dream of. There is literally nothing in the world that isn't meant for you if you desire it, regardless of the fact that you haven't experienced it yet, regardless of the fact that maybe you've tried manifesting the thing and it just hasn't fucking worked. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you can conceive it, basically it is for you. The only reason, I really just need to stress this, the only reason why you haven't experienced it yet is because you have not yet delved into and dealt with that which you are carrying, which is pushing it away, whatever it might be. You might be like, but I spend all my time thinking positively and saying affirmations and all this other stuff, Liz, and like, why isn't it happening? And I'll say to you right now, you know, you can do all the happy thoughts you want, but if you're in a push me pull you energy with something, basically, and if the 5%, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, if the 5% of your conscious mind is what's focusing on having the thing, and the 95% of the rest of you, basically all of your subconscious and unconscious, is pushing that thing away, of course it's not going to drop into your reality. Of course it's not, because the majority of you, even regardless of all of the efforting you've been doing, is pushing the thing away. You know, you're holding it at arm's length. And in actual fact, you know, the very simple truth about manifestation is that when you are not in any kind of resistance to the thing you want, that thing can drop into your reality really fucking quickly. Now, you might have already worked this one out. The big question you're going to ask yourself is like, how do I get to understand like what it is within me that's pushing it away? And this is where, you know, bang on about shadow work all day. You know, you don't need to do tons of shadow work, but you need to do the right shadow work, basically. And it isn't necessarily about trailing through every single trauma that's been in your childhood, but it is about getting intimate with and acknowledging the parts of you that are scared of having the thing for whatever reason, that are seeing it as a threat, that are seeing it as being unsafe for whatever reason, that are seeing it as being something that would either create a situation of perceived danger for you because of previous experiences that you haven't fully processed yet and you haven't let go of, more importantly. So it's about processing, it's about fully letting go. Fully letting go is a bigger kind of issue than people realise. It's not just a question of deciding that you'll let go of it. It's, you know, there's stuff like actually being able to release it at a cellular level, which involves actually doing more than just talking about things, if that makes any sense. You know, talk therapy won't sort this stuff out. That's the bottom line. This is why I do energy work. Talk therapy will not sort out stuff properly to a degree where you clear it out of your system. This is energy work is absolutely fucking key to sorting this shit out. Anyhow, you know, there's essentially it's about understanding, it's about being brave enough, and this is where courage comes in, because it does take courage to look at your shit, you know. It's having the courage to look at like what within you is holding apart, and then doing the necessary things to dismantle and dissolve that in a way that's thorough and efficient and permanent, which actually is possible. I can say that because this is the practice that I'm in for myself, and it's what I delve into with my content creation group clients as well. If you want information about that and how you can join, basically you'll find it somewhere around the vicinity of this video, depending where I put it. If it's on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will find it underneath in the little drop down box. I might even stick a link on the screen that you won't be able to click on, but you'll be able to put it into your browser and deliver yourself immediately to my Padia site, basically, so you can read more about it. Anyhow, you know, this is the stuff I teach. This is the stuff that actually underlies what goes into all my digital products, but I don't necessarily teach through those because I prefer to actually be in a kind of group environment and actually being able to actually have proper contact with people. Digital stuff is more my digital stuff is more for you, basically, if you want to deal with the stuff that's behind the scenes, but you don't want to go into the details of the how and the why and all of that stuff. The Quantum Creation Group membership is for you if you are actually at that point now where you're going, I want to know how to deal with this stuff for myself, I want to learn, I want to be empowered into actually doing this stuff myself. I acknowledge the fact that not everyone wants to do that yet. Some people are kind of scared of really owning their power to that degree, and that's okay. I get it, I totally get it. But you know, the bottom line of all of this stuff is that, you know, as I will say again, there is nothing that is not meant for you. When you fucking fob yourself off with this stuff about, oh well, this hasn't happened because it's obviously not meant for you, that's bollocks. That's total bollocks. And you need to understand that it's only because there's some part of you that's pushing it away. Okay, and that part of you that's pushing it away can be dealt with in a loving, kind, considerate and also incredibly fast manner, basically, with the right work. So, you know, don't ever sell yourself short. If you have a dream of doing anything or having anything or being anything, and you've tried all the things in terms of manifestation, but it just hasn't been fucking happening, you know, this message from me is for you to let you know that it's not because you've been barking up the wrong fucking tree. Okay, it's not that at all. It's just that you have been holding yourself apart from it because of reasons that you may or may not remember. Stuff that is wedged down where you can't see it, basically. This is what you call deep shadow quite often. If you have no inkling of what's in the way, basically, that's the deep shadow stuff that wants to be seen, and it's kind of blocking you from having what you want because it wants to be seen. So there's that in there too. Okay, and understanding this is absolutely fucking key, you know. And you don't have to go into all the details even when you're shifting this stuff, in terms of like having to understand if you're doing the right work. Like the way that I work with people, I do the work so the stuff shifts and they get the understanding afterwards, so you don't have to spend like days and days and days trying to figure it out. But the bottom line of it is that, you know, ultimately the stuff that's holding you apart from the things that you actually desire, that's making you think that it's not for you, that maybe, you know, like it's not part of God's plan, or whatever other excuses you've given yourself to try and make yourself feel better, you know, all of that stuff, basically. So if you're watching this video, if you're listening to me now, it's time to put away the idea that there's anything that's not meant for you. Anything that you desire that's not meant for you, that's, I will add in the proviso, with harm to none. Okay, so like, you know, ultimately I'm not turning around and going, yes, if you desire to become a tyrant and a despot, then it's obviously meant for you. I'd be like, yeah, obviously you've got some issues going on. So yeah, let's just kind of get that one cleared up. But you know, anything that you have big dreams about, that you've been working really hard to try and manifest, and it just hasn't fucking happened, you feel like you're doing all the things and you're saying all the affirmations and you're like really fucking trying, and it's just not working. It's because of that shadow that needs to be not in no particular order here. It needs to be seen, it needs to be loved, it needs to be dismantled, it needs to be integrated. When I say dismantled, I'm talking about like the resistance part of it needs to be dismantled basically, and you integrate it and you have understanding and learnings from it, all of that stuff. Oh, a helicopter, how fun. I wonder who that is. Anyhow, I do love it when I'm making videos and helicopters fly past. No doubt they're on their way to Shoreham Airport, which is just down that way, as you can see. Oh look, and a kite surfer. He's not actually in the sea, he's just got a kite. So yeah, end of transmission, I could say. Yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you. This is why, you know, effectively, it might sometimes feel, if you watch my stuff, like this is the thing I say over and over again in different ways. I will keep saying it, and I will keep saying it, and I won't stop saying it. There is nothing that's not meant for you. If you can conceive it, if you desire it, it is for you. Even if it hasn't happened yet, even if it feels like the biggest fucking hurdle in the world to ever get to it, even if you've been on the verge of giving up for fuck knows how long, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand that if it's not happening, it's literally just because you've been doing all of the like conscious push stuff to try and make it happen, but there's underneath stuff that hasn't been dealt with yet. And if you want help with dealing with that, then do by all means either look at Quantum Creation Group membership, or just get in contact with me direct by sending me an email to liz@dynamicintention.net and say, this, I don't know what the fuck to do, I'm stuck, help. You know, what can you suggest out of your products that would help me with this situation? And I will see what I can recommend. And if I happen to be offering one-to-one, then I will tell you that that's on the table as well. It isn't at the moment, but it might be at the point where you watch this, because this video is going to go up and it's going to stay wherever I put it for as long as it stays there. I'm not going to take it down again, so you could be listening to this in some point several years in the future. Hello future person, if that's you. Anyhow, I'm hoping that you take the message as it's intended here, and that if it's right for you to do something with it in any way, shape or form, that you take the fucking action that needs to be taken. Take this as your kick up the bum, I could say. I love you very much and I'll speak to you next time. Mwah. Bye for now.